Okay, so we just finished talking about a lot of things in previous videos. One, how the body works, and two, how you have this really intelligently designed detoxification system that's responsible for removing your waste, and how disease is often a process that's created because the body loses its ability to efficiently remove its waste. And so I thought this video would be a good one to talk about like how kind of like to put this information into action and understanding specific diseases and how they're created. And the best example I could find right now was the recent research that's come to light regarding the glymphatic system. And basically, this is sort of the lymphatic system in the brain. And it's super exciting because it directly correlates to everything that we just talked about. So instead of just talking about like a general cell of the trillions of cells that are in your body, we're going to make this a brain cell. And in order for your brain to be healthy, the cells in your brain to be healthy, what do they need? They need to be oxygenated. You need to be getting oxygen to your brain. Cells are happy. Brain cells are happy when they're getting oxygen. They need to be getting nutrients. That also keeps brain function really happy. And so here we have the brain cell getting oxygen and nutrients, and the brain cell does a lot of activity during the day just for the human body to function. And basically what I've read is sort of the metabolic processes within the brain cell produce certain byproducts. I know I've been very general when I've been talking about like wastes and byproducts. I'm going to try to be a little bit more specific, but I want to remind you, this is not my background as far as like biochemistry. Doing my best to make this information accessible and usable for just sort of like regular people, to empower you to take back your health and to improve your health, and to do that without being able to read like all the academic journals and papers and things like that are super hard to understand. So trying to be very basic and simple. So the byproducts that are created by the brain cells include, maybe I'll write this down, excess potassium. Byproducts. Excess potassium. And potassium is sort of like good in certain like amounts, but over certain amounts, you're like your cells really can't use them. So excess goes over here. Excess proteins that your cell can't use. Proteins. Another byproduct is lactic acid. So these are three real-world examples of waste and byproducts that are produced by the brain cells. And your glymphatic system, the lymphatic system in your head. So we've been talking a lot about the cells. Your body's about a trillion of cells, and two major fluids that take care of the health of the cells: the blood that brings nutrient oxygen, and the lymph fluid that takes it away. So the glymphatic system is basically the lymphatic system in the head, and the fluid that's responsible for clearing the waste in the brain includes the lymphatic fluid and also the cerebral spinal fluid. So that's the fluid that washes out and clears all of this stuff from the brain cells to keep your brain cells healthy and functioning. And what they basically discovered is that when the lymphatic system in the brain stops functioning well, then that leads to all sorts of health conditions that we can name as diseases. When the cell gets sort of backed up and can't eliminate its waste. So I'm going to put a link in this post or beneath this post that'll give you some additional reading, but One of the main ones that's pointed out in one of the links is dementia. They've analyzed the lymphatic system in the brain, and if it's like not functioning well, then that is a direct indicator that the person will not, I won't say most likely, will, it's a strong indicator of dementia in the future. Other conditions that I've noticed in what I've read are things like Alzheimer's disease or Parkinson's, or even just regular things like headaches. I should say regular, but things that people commonly experience, like headaches. So all of these kind of bring in real world examples of why it's so important for your body's inbuilt detoxification system to be working properly, why it's important for your cells to be able to clear their waste, and how when things get backed up, then that is the thing that creates disease in the body and symptoms. And usually the way to reverse symptoms is to help the body clear its waste.